Have you ever heard a coffee machine make this sound like... Well, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you will in a minute. But what you can imagine is when you're hearing that and you hear a coffee machine like making all this crazy sound, you're like, oh my god, it's gonna explode, I need to run out of the house, this is dangerous! Ah! Well, I'm happy you watched this video before you've ever heard this, because it's not. It's not. What actually is happening is that it's self-cleaning. Okay? So every couple of times, I don't know, a couple of hours, it's self-cleaning. So you will have a fresh coffee afterwards. Now, when you know that it's not an explosion, but it's self-cleaning, do you see that there's a different reaction to the same situation? Right? We can even go deeper. So let's imagine you know it's self-cleaning, but there's still different, let's call it, meanings that you can give to it. You can hear the sound and you know it's self-cleaning. You're like, oh, that annoying sound again. So annoying. Or you can hear the sound and you're like, oh, next time I will have fresh coffee. Another self-cleaning that I didn't have to do. This machine is amazing. Right? It's the same situation. We already have 3 reactions and I'm sure we can get more if we want to. What we are about to do is we're going to anticipate on certain scenarios that will for sure happen. Like it's not if, it's when. And we are going to define what we're going to tell our 3 friends so they don't need to overreact. It's no explosion. It's not dangerous. We want to say, hey, this will probably happen. When that happens, this is what it means. So are you ready to go through them? Because they're going to be fun and you're going to probably recognize them or already know that it will happen to you again or some point. The first one is you are standing on stage and you forget what you wanted to say. If we don't create a meaning, Danny Danger will probably say, your tribe is gonna reject you. They don't take you serious anymore. You're not credible. You're not gonna earn money. You're gonna die alone. You are going to be feared, be abandoned by everybody. This is not professional. You are a scam. Never do that again. Lazy Larry's like, oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. There's a lot of energy that I could have saved to just sleep and survived for longer. And then we have Consistent Chris like, oh my god, this is error. I don't know what's next. This is like Consistent Chris' biggest nightmare. So when that happens and we don't anticipate on how we're going to react, we will never get on that stage again, or the bar of us getting back there will be so high that it will be really, really hard to get there again. But what if we say, whoa, a transformational speaker who forgets their words for a bit? That's so powerful. That's so powerful, because now my audience sees someone they maybe even look up to. And it's not just because you are amazing, but it's also because someone on stage immediately gets authority and credibility leveraged onto them from the host, from the context, from the appearance. So someone they look up to, even subconsciously, that is telling something to them. They're imperfect. What? Does that allow your audience to feel imperfect too? To accept that that's actually okay? And that they have a role model who shows that we're all human and we're all doing the best we can with the stuff that we have now? And that they also don't need to be perfect for them to get to their next level? Is that freaking amazing or what? Like, I'm from the Netherlands. English is something I poured like so much time and attention to learn it. Will you find grammar mistakes or words that I apparently made up that I really thought that were true words? Well, if you're going to look for them, you're going to find them for sure. And instead of not talking and saying I need to do everything in Dutch, which prevents me from the impact that I want to create, I just decided that for me, every time I make a grammar mistake, I show other people they don't need to be perfect as well. And that's what is more important than just being perfectly English. So now it becomes a strength. So every time you have something like this, I can even ask you, not only regarding you forget your works when you're on stage, but what other imperfections that you first thought were decreasing the value or were making you quote unquote not ready to stand on stage are actually there that's gonna help you shine and get your audience that transformation that they're so longing for? Let's anticipate on the meaning we give it. Scenario 2. You're standing on a stage in person, people are actually there, and right in front of you, there's either someone on their phone. Now, there's someone on your phone. I wanted to say snoring, but let's keep that for the next one. There's someone on their phone. Danny Danger. You're boring. See, this wasn't a good idea. They are not taking you serious. They are rejecting you. You will end alone. They don't take you seriously. You will get out of the tribe. You're gonna be on a towel on the desert and the bear will come you and there's no people to help you because they don't take you seriously. They're not part of your tribe anymore because you spoke your truth. I told you don't be vulnerable. Lazy Larry. Oh my God. I did all this effort for this. They're not even paying attention. This is so not worth it. Consistent Chris. Well, this SOP sent me this, and they should take notes right now. They're not taking notes. What's going on? This is not worth it. I told you. We'd rather stay in line with what we know it's safe. All the steps that we've went through before. I told you this is not a good idea. Don't go there anymore. But what if you're the leader? Because leaders are speakers and you are doing all of this to have more impact and more income. To utilize the story that's within you to transform other people, because everything you go through is then to tell other people so they can learn from it. So everything you go through is for a purpose. So it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So what if? What if they're actually taking notes on their phone? And they didn't have pen and paper with them, so they just decided to grab their phone because it's so valuable that they want to write it down. Now, I'm not saying you that this is what is happening. I am saying that this thought is probably going to get you to a better speech, to a better keynote. That if they weren't paying attention, they will get back to you because you're actually focused on contributing and not on, oh my God, what will people think of me? So you're actually focused on where the information is that you need instead of putting that blood to that survival part so you'll for sure not recognize what you were going to say. Makes sense? Or you're starting to get it. Number 3, we're online. We're on Zoom. And there's people in your audience, but they have their camera off. Danny Danger. Oh my God! You're thinking that they're listening, but they're actually not there. They're recording you. They're gonna sell your information. This is not where we want to go. Number 2, Lazy Larry. Oh my God, all this attention, they're not even listening. You know what, maybe they're not even behind the computer. Consistent Chris. Oh my God, this is inconsistent. We're not talking to realize what's going on. Where's this audience? And maybe your imagination goes even wilder. What are they doing right now? My imagination went crazy on that thought. Really crazy. Don't go there. Don't go there. Oh, you are now, huh? Sorry about that. Let's anticipate and create a new reality, create a new meaning, create a new connection. So when that happens, not if, when that happens, we know what meaning we can give to it. What if they couldn't be there? They're doing all these other things, but they find it so important that they're showing up anyways. They're there because they want to learn from you. And they're taking notes regardlessly. You can even put this on social media when you don't get enough likes. So you should stop impacting people. They're the secret watchers. The people who don't like, who don't comment, but are seeing you. And maybe 1 year from now, text you, hey, the one video that you recorded really changed me. It made one change in my decision-making process. And that decision-making process now caused me to get all of this. You have no idea how many DMs I get from people who said, Laurie, I got a paid speaking gig. Thank you so much. I got more confidence. And you have no idea how many fears I have too. How many thoughts pop up for me. But it's our constant practice to not literally listen to them, but to embrace them, to say thank you, and then to anticipate for next time. Because this is what transformational speakers really do. They stand up for who they are, regardless of the thoughts that pop into their mind.